So whether you're deciding to buy a new car or a used car, it doesn't matter. This module is going to help you in both scenarios. The next module is going to talk about how to get an appropriate driver's license so that you can actually drive this car. If you're not from the EU or the EEA, you will then at some point need to exchange your driver's license for a German one. So when you're buying a new car, there are some things that you need to know. Dealerships in Germany don't usually participate in bargaining, which can be very different. In North America, most people dread going to the dealership because they know that you can play the dealer as hard as you possibly can to get the best price, and then when you walk away and then somebody else got a better price, you just feel like crap, like it's not a good feeling. But here in Germany, that actually doesn't really happen. When you go to the dealership, whatever the price is on that vehicle is the price that it's going to be sold at. There are some ways around this. You can maybe lower the price if you decide to downgrade on some of the features in the vehicle, or maybe if you offer to pay in cash. And if you need a loan, usually both the manufacturer of that company and the banks will offer you a loan. So just make sure that you're comparing both of your options. Once you buy that new car, you are going to need to register the car, which is usually handled by the seller. So in this case, the manufacturer or the dealership. You're going to then need to inspect the car, which is called TÜV, and you're going to also need to pay taxes on the purchase of that vehicle as well, which will again be communicated at the dealership. And of course, you're going to need car insurance, but we'll go through that in a bit. If you'd rather buy a used car, well, you can usually bargain a little bit more if it's sold by a private seller. But dealerships also sell used cars, which might mean it might be a little bit trickier to bargain with them. Again, usually not possible, even if it is a used car and not a new car. You can look on a number of different sites, including Facebook Marketplace, eBay Kleinanzeigen, which we mentioned about used furniture as well. Wir-kaufen-dein-Auto.de, which is my favorite. Autoscout24, mobile.de, and Autobild. So I will include all of those links below. They're also all in your program workbook, so you shouldn't have any problem comparing prices and looking for an option online. Again, you are going to need to register the car, which is usually handled by the seller. They will usually hand you over all the paperwork that you need and all the documentation. You're still going to have it inspected by TÜV if the TÜV has not been done in a little while. So you will know, or you can ask the seller, when was the last time you got TÜV, or when was the last time you got it inspected, because the date will usually be coming up. Sometimes as an added perk, they actually get it inspected right before they sell it so that the customer or the buyer knows that the car is in great condition, great enough that it can drive on the roads, and that the inspection has indeed been approved. You're also going to have to pay taxes on the purchase, and of course, car insurance. So, car insurance, how do you get it? Where do you get it? Where are the best places to get it? Before you register the car, you are going to need proof of insurance. It is very, very easy to just sign up for car insurance and there you have it. But make sure to compare your options first. When I'm talking to expats or English speakers here in Germany, I usually recommend Friday and Alliance. Friday is pretty cool because you're actually paying for the number of kilometers that you drive. So if you're not intending on driving your car all that often, then I would recommend checking out Friday. Otherwise, Alliance has some really good packages too. You might be able to get a cheaper deal if you just check online with a number of other car insurance companies, but I definitely check out one of these two options first. So a little bit more information about the TÜV inspection, because this might be relatively new to you, and of course in Germany it's called TÜV and it's probably not called that anywhere else as far as I'm concerned. So TÜV is also known as the Hauptuntersuchung or the HU, which is a new term, and that just means like the main inspection of your vehicle. It needs to take place every 2 years. So as I mentioned, if the seller is selling a used car, they sometimes will actually get this done right before they sell so that you have 2 years worry-free and you won't need to inspect it again. Make sure that you ask before you buy the vehicle. Third point, of course, yes, just make sure that they've recently gone through the inspection, especially if it's an older car. This is going to make a bigger difference or a bigger impact on whether or not you purchase the car. And usually the inspection costs you about €100 every couple years, give or take. That'll change depending on which workshop you go into, but you can go to numerous different places to get this inspection done. Of course, your usual car workshop. And to find a place that does TÜV inspection around you, you can just do a quick Google search and they will all pop up for you right away. Then, this is something I haven't mentioned, and this is something that you're going to need to know before you buy a car. What on earth is this sticker? It is called an Umweltplakette, or aka a green sticker, as I like to call it in English. There are actually 58 different Umweltzonen, and these Umweltzones are basically where you are required to have this sticker on your vehicle. There's actually only one of those 58 zones that requires you to have a yellow sticker. This green sticker basically means that your vehicle is doing its part in the environment to make sure that it is not producing too many fumes to be driving around in a city. So most cities actually require you to have this sticker before you enter, and if you do enter without this sticker, you could be heavily fined. It is very easy to obtain this sticker. Your car needs to meet the particular emission standards, which is quite obvious. You usually get this sticker when you register the vehicle. You can register it at a local Bürgerbüro, which we've talked about when we talked about registering in the city. Usually these locations are also where you can register your vehicle as well. Or you can actually usually purchase it when you go to your TÜV inspection. So for you, this is probably going to be the easiest option so that you can kill two birds with one stone. You can also head over to the Zulassungsbehörde, or aka licensing authority, to get this sticker. And in some areas around Germany, you can also buy the sticker at the gas station or the Bürgerbüro, as I mentioned, or even online, and then get that stamp of approval from the authorities or at your TÜV inspection. So now that you've got yourself a car and you've got it registered and you have all the stickers and the inspections that you need, it might be time to exchange your license for a German one.